Share the Dignity came about after I read an article that talked about homeless women and women not having the basic of necessities. And I couldn't believe it was happening in Australia, but I couldn't believe that nobody had done anything about it. And that's what started a local collection. We went from our first collection where we collected 450 packets of pads and tampons, and seriously, we were high-fiving ourselves. We thought it was fantastic. To our next collection in August where we collected 150,000 packets of pads and tampons.
Periods are an emotional time for people, and you want to be able to manage it as well you can without any embarrassment and shame. And I think that's why the dignity angle is something that's really resonated around the country.
One of the things that I suppose I felt or I experienced when I was going through my own experience was the lack of, whether it was services, support, and things as simple as feminine hygiene products when you are locked out of the house.
When Share the Dignity started, we were made aware that we had 85,000 women who were using homelessness services every year. So 85,000 women who are using homelessness service every year have a period every month mostly. So they were all going without or having to choose between feeding their family or buying sanitary items, and that was that's an awful lot of people. That fills a football stadium.
Women who use our service come in for a range of reasons. A high percentage of women are homeless or at risk of homelessness, and the products provided by Share the Dignity certainly assist them, and they can ask for them in a low-key way, or we can provide them in a very low-key way.
The It's in the Bag campaign went from an idea to people all over Australia saying, I can do that. I can get a pre-loved handbag that I don't use anymore and I can make a difference. We were hearing about women on Christmas Day getting Christmas presents, and they hadn't received Christmas presents for 10, 15 years. And it just made so many homeless women, women in domestic violence shelters and women in need so happy. But I tell you, the people who were giving them were getting just as much out of it as the people who received it. It was beautiful. So we actually ended up with 27,500 handbags donated across Australia.
Since getting involved with Share the Dignity, I've just seen so many people get really excited about the cause. I think the first response from everyone is always, oh my God, I'd never even thought of that. But very quickly thinking, of course that's an issue.
Charity has been overwhelmed with the amount of women, and we have a few men that have donated their time and their energy and their passion to make Share the Dignity happen. I don't think at all it would be where it is without having all of those volunteers. We're now sitting at about 450 volunteers that we like to call Shiros, and a few of our heroes that make Share the Dignity happen. So in order to have the end result of being able to get those pads and tampons and to get them to the charities of choice, we need people power.
The more people that we've got behind it, driving it, the more impact it's going to be made. It's again something so simple. It's it takes 5 minutes out of your day or $5 out of your wallet, which makes a huge difference to someone else.
We would like to see Share the Dignity continue to be a charity that is in the forefront of people's minds as they're walking the sanitary aisles and they think about picking up a packet of pads or tampons, so that every April and August that you can help make a difference to a woman in need. But we'd also really like to ensure that Share the Dignity raises enough money to be able to look after the crisis care accommodation for women who are fleeing domestic violence.
To have organisations like Share the Dignity out there, I'll jump straight on board. These simple things, and then they are such simple things, is so easy for the community to do, but such a big thing for someone on the other end. It's just huge.